I will begin reinforcing my arguments by saying that about the economic aspect, countries that receive refugees have a certain amount of money for refugees within their budget, but this money could be used for the citizens to improve their quality of life and not in outsiders who will not return anything to the country. Now, about my shock of cultures argument, my opponents refutes it by saying that criminal acts committed by refugees are not a big problem, which can be solved by hiring more police or teaching culture to refugees. However, we see that hiring more police would imply greater spending for the government, and having more police does not ensure that the crimes will be reduced. In addition, it's very difficult to impose another culture to a person who has different thoughts. They will not learn in one day the customs of another country, and they will not change their way of thinking. If they have been taught that women are worthless and that they can do what they want with they will continue thinking in that way, because that is part of their culture and their religion. The sad reality is that many of the refugees don't respect the ideology of other people, including refugees from other countries, such as the case raised this Monday in which a camp of 1,500 refugees from the north of France was destroyed after a fire caused by a fight between Kurdish and Afghan refugees. But this lack of respect is not only for the refugees, it's also for the residents of the country who received them. That is why my next argument, called racism and xenophobia, addresses the fact that many refugees suffer from discrimination in receiving countries, such as last year when a fire broke out in an old hotel that could accommodate some 300 refugees, and firefighters have had difficulty putting out the flames because of a group of people celebrating the incident with xenophobic shouts and applause. Some of the demonstrators were commenting joyfully what was happening. In addition, it's suspected that the fire was caused by xenophobia. The latest public survey of the television ARD in Germany says that 47% of the population is unsatisfied with the open door policy of Angela Merkel. So if the population of the countries doesn't want to receive refugees, their decision must be respected. Another of my arguments is conflict of interest, since countries receiving refugees can be put at risk, because if two countries are at war and another country decides to receive refugees from one of those who are at war, the other country will take it as a support for its enemy and may retaliate against the country that helped it, even if its intention has not been to side with any of the countries at war. But this action can clearly cause the countries that help win enemies only for have helped the country, putting itself in danger. For all the above reasons, the borders of nation states should prevent the movement of refugees, because the countries that receive refugees suffer serious consequences, such as the great expense in the maintenance of refugees, the crimes committed by some refugees, and to put in danger that the enemy country of the country to which they help retaliate against them. Moreover, in many occasions refugees come out of violence to enter into more violence, stemming for racism and xenophobia in many countries. The solution to this problem is that the war ends. Do not bring problems to their countries that are not blamed for anything.